Welcome to North 40 News and New Scenes NOCO Now. We are live with Episode 5, The Music Must Go On. Each week we discuss Northern Colorado's most important topics, bringing guests to our show and encouraging questions from our audience on our website and social media. Be sure to send us your question, either by email at nnn@north40news.com or on our social media pages on Facebook or on YouTube. I'm Blaine Howerton, publisher of North 40 News and New Scene magazine, and with me today is Stephen Bonifazi, staff journalist. Hey, Stephen, who do we have visiting with us today?
Hey, Blaine. So today we have special guest Allison Lorenzen. Allison is a singer, songwriter, and pianist. She took piano lessons growing up, but began playing music later in her mid-20s. For Allison, dance was her first creative love. Music came to her through dance, and it was something that unlocked later for her in life as a new skill set she realized she had. She performed in bands. The longest was a duo called School Dance. In 2017, Allison left School Dance and took some space for music to reach her full creative potential, spending time developing her solo sound and starting to play solo in the late 2018 year. Her new single, Veil, is set to release on Thursday, January 21st. Allison, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for being with us. We really appreciate you taking the time. And, I just wanted to ask you, what is your connection with Fort Collins? Did you grow up here or do you have family from here?
Yeah, I did not grow up here. I was born in Denver, and then we moved around a lot to Texas, Seattle, and then Pennsylvania growing up. And so actually my folks went to college here years ago, and my siblings also went to college here. So that's kind of like the main family connection with Fort Collins. And then my folks ended up retiring and moving back here around 2013, I want to say. So I ended up here right as the pandemic was starting to hit the area heavily, and it interrupted a move that I was planning to New York. So I actually just kind of on a whim, like rather than heading to the airport to go to New York, ended up in my folks' house in Fort Collins, and I've been isolating and creating here ever since.
Oh, wow. Can you tell me more about that move to New York and the position you were going to take and your transition from Boulder and whatnot?
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, I had been living in the countryside in Boulder the previous 6 months, and then was in Denver before that. About just almost a year ago, a dear friend of mine in New York invited me out to visit her for 10 days. And I ended up connecting with a woman who owns a really beautiful sauna called Citywell in Brooklyn. It's been my dream since my first trip to Denmark in like 2006 to open a sauna someday. So I wanted to go there and manage and learn how to run a sauna. So that was the plan.
Okay, got it.
Mm-hmm.
So Allison, tell me a little bit about the creative process with your music.
Yeah, let's see. I would say that with music, at least, a lot of times for me, it starts with a melody, and it might come to me when I'm doing something different, such as like on a walk or jogging or hiking or some sort of movement. I'll find a melody, and then usually the words will come to me after the melody. So I'll sit down with the melody, and then the words will kind of like reveal themselves as I'm playing it.
That's awesome. And so I understand you've got a new video coming out. Did you just produce it?
So, okay, this was filmed entirely during isolation, during quarantine. This was filmed early fall of 2020 at my folks' house in the yard. My sister and godchild helped me film it. I sent the footage over to my dear friend Patricia in Philadelphia, who has a media company called Creative Synergy Media. And I want to shout out to Pame for all of her loving work for this. But yeah, so they took the footage and created it into a video for a song called Be a Fortress.
And it's a beautiful video. I had the chance to look at it early, and I want to, if it's okay with you, Allison, I'd love to share the first 30 seconds of that video. Give some people a sneak peek. What do you think?
Yes, please.
All right, let's do it. This is Be a Fortress, the first 30 seconds of her video. want to watch more.
Next month when it's released.
Awesome. So, that's NoCo now. We're giving people that opportunity to see the first 30 seconds of that video. It's a fabulous video. It's just beautiful.
Thank you.
Great work. And that's coming from a video producer.
Wow. Thank you.
So, Allison, what was it like to work with a close friend of yours on making that video?
Wonderful. It was also we conceptualized like some footage ideas, and then really my sister and I and her daughter went outside and just like shot a bunch of it in one afternoon. And I kind of sifted through it and just sent like chunks over to my friends. So really, once I sent the footage, it was largely in her hands, I would say. And just really fun to see where she went with it. And Pame, her editor, just did a really beautiful job with it.
And so I wanted to ask you, so you have a new single coming out very soon, this month.
Yeah.
Veil. So let's talk about Veil a little bit. What does the song mean to you, and what should it mean to people that listen to it?
Oh, goodness. I love this song. I worked on it with a really dear friend and someone who's a huge inspiration to me named Madeline Johnston. She has a beautiful project called Midwife. It's depth-based. She plays pretty heavy, kind of fuzzy guitars and has like these dreamy vocals. And so we recorded that together early last year, actually in February, and then we sent some things back and forth to each other during quarantine and came up with a final version of the song. So yeah, I'm really excited to share that with everyone. Let's see, the song, I wrote the first section of it, I would say years ago when I was living in Philly. I wrote it right after reading the book The Road by Cormac McCarthy. Which so now having some of the biggest fires in Colorado history and being hit with the pandemic, just all of that devastation going on right now, it feels kind of relevant to that scene, that novel, and then I'd say like the second half of it is just sort of that was just more like based on feelings, putting feelings into words, I would say.
Sure. Is there a deeper meaning behind the name?
Veil. The chorus is "I'm like a veil in the night." Wow. I'm like a veil, hold me tight is the very ending. So veil is like a valley. It's like a deep place, like maybe kind of dark place, and sure, maybe doesn't get a lot of light. I think to me it's about the willingness to dig deep and even like with oneself, maybe connecting with oneself, and like the willingness to be in the darkness.
Absolutely. I think that's an important message to share. And I know you're doing serenades quite often now. Can you tell us more about those?
Yes, the serenades have been really fun. I started the serenades early pandemic. They were inspired by an experience I had, which was Hurricane Sandy in 2012. Living in Philadelphia, some dear friends of mine got evacuated from their house in New Jersey, and we were staying in my living room, pull-out couch for about a week. I would come downstairs and like bring a little guitar and sing to them to tuck them into bed at night. And I like that idea of like just that like calm and kind of safe feeling of being sung to and singing to people. So I feel like with the serenades, I wanted to find a way to bring people that I love together and kind of send them virtually like a big warm embrace, loving embrace through music on a weekly basis. So that's what I was doing. And then took a break over the summer and then resumed around the holidays. I was doing some personal serenades, like private concerts, and then I actually have a song exchange coming up with my friend Sophie, who has a band Povely. I believe we're penciling it in the 17th of January.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so
I can't wait to hear it, Allison. We've been doing some little rehearsals. This is our first time having a live performance on NoCo now, so we put in some rehearsal time with Allison, and it's just beautiful, what I've been hearing. Are you ready to perform a little bit for us?
Yes.
Let's do it.
And what song are you going to be performing, Allison?
This song is called Chalk, and I wrote it during quarantine. So
Okay.
it's one of the few songs I wrote this past year. Well, chalk it up to the eye. In 15 hours, I'll put out the fire. Walk to my mass, hidden in dreams, to find you not. Oh, to my pain, I've been covered in purple, in abstract wonder when you're out of the view. Swimming in a breath, rising steam, to see it all belong to me. See. Make me a heaven, make me a burning touch, a fragment of your day. Give me a kickstand, give me an honest man, a song to assure. So I get back to the first of the year. Took 15 hours to know all of you. Dreamt of a hand, warm to the touch, a guide to lead me home. Oh, crawling in dark, blinking in prayer, a keepsake open, a starry night there. Covered in mud, split at the seams, an endless fold into the space in between. Make me heaven, make me a burning touch, a fragment of your day. Give me a kickstand, give me an honest man, a song to assure you. Our body's slow, our body's worth it. Time to live each day. I wanna know, I wanna feel. Time to know to stay. I wanna know, I wanna know, I wanna know, I wanna know. I knew somebody way not anybody how about a second chance? How about a second chance? I wanna know, 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 I wanna feel. Decide to know to stay.
That was That was great, Allison. That was great. And Bryce Dalrymple on Facebook thinks so too. He just commented and said, "Beautiful song," and I could not agree more.
Thank you.
And I'm sure that's going to be very successful.
Thank you.
Yeah, I really like it. So, what are some things that fans can look forward to in the future, Allison?
Yeah, I would say upcoming release of Veil. So that's January 21st, and yeah, I'm really excited about that. If you're interested in checking it out, I'd say go to Bandcamp and you can just click follow. The music isn't up there yet, so if you follow it, then you'll have access to it once it's there. And then also, I'd say Instagram is a great way to just kind of follow what I'm up to, and then also for tuning into Serenade. So that'll be, I think the 17th we'll be doing another Serenade.
We did have Bryce Dalrymple make another comment asking, is there an album coming out soon? Are you working on an album?
Thank you for asking. That's actually, so one of many things I've been working on this year creatively is learning how to record actually on my own. And so, yeah, and so it's like slow, but really fun process. So yeah, so I'm putting some songs together on my own, and then I have a friend who's going to help me with the production end of things. So yeah, I'm hoping to release at least an EP, if not full length, later this year.
Nice.
Great. That's great. And Alana Filipina saying gorgeous voice as well. The comments are coming in, and here's Andrew Peck with another one. That song was amazing. It's just really cool to be able to have you perform. How about another one, Allison?
Yeah, sure.
Let's do it.
Okay. Yeah. I can play Be a Fortress, which is the song for which the video was made. It'll obviously be a quite different version, but we can do that. This is the last time to someone. This is the last time to someone. I need to be reconciled. Life that came before. I need to be not afraid to open up the door. What you are, you are what you are, it's what you are. You are what you are, it's what you are. You are what you are, it's what you are. This is the last time to hold inside you. This is a photograph of warm summer's night. I need to be reconciled. Life that came before. I need to be not afraid to take life by the horns. What you are, you are, and what you are, it's what you are. You are, and what you are, it's what you are. You are what you are, it's what you are.
Wow. I'm serious. I can't get enough of that music. It's awesome.
Thank
You probably didn't see, but Zachary Taylor commented with a little fire symbol. You're on fire.
thank you, Dr. Taylor.
So, Allison, any plans for performances? I know, like during COVID and all of that, it's probably all up in the air. And I know you're doing a lot of live stuff, or live stuff at least here and there, through Zoom and whatnot. What you got any plans?
I do not. I've been super COVID careful, I would say. So I haven't been doing the, going to venues and things like that. But,
Sure.
always down for some backyard performances. So hit me up if you'd like to schedule something. Otherwise, I mean, keeping it virtual for now. But yeah, I'm looking forward to when we can all be together again in person.
Oh, us too. I just can't wait to get out and see live music again. I miss it so much.
Same.
Mhm.
And to get away from my children. I love them. Don't get me wrong. I love
So
them.
much bonding time. I'm sure my folks feel the same way. So
Yeah.
I would like to do a shout out. Thank you, folks, for all of your support during this.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Well, I do want to mention that North 40 News and Scene Magazine, we operate entirely off of advertising revenue and subscribing revenue subscriptions. So we're a weekly publication. We do go out in free circulation throughout northern Colorado and Fort Collins, but you can actually have it mailed to you, or we'll deliver it to your driveway. Just go to north40news.com/subscribe and pick your option. And let us know if you want it on your driveway. And I personally do driveway deliveries every week, and so does Steven here. So we're a small operation, but anyway, just a little shout out for that. And I tell you, I've really enjoyed this, Allison. Is there anything else that you want to talk about today?
I mean, I feel pretty complete. I'd just like to thank you both for having me on here, and thanks everyone for tuning in.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for joining us, Allison, and performing for us.
Yeah, it's my pleasure.
All right. Well, I'm going to put one more thing back up on screen while I ask you this question. Allison, if people want to figure out where you're going to be when you do start performing or purchase your music, what are your recommendations?
I am recommending to do the Instagram follow if you happen to have Instagram. I think that's just like the most current thing. And then I'm recommending to myself to actually get a website for people. But music-wise, it'll be on Bandcamp. And then, yes, I will get a website, which I will.
Well, that's great. Just send Steven and I a press release too when you get some shows booked, and by all means use our calendar. We have a live or an instant calendar that goes up on our website at scenenoco.com or north40news.com with all of the music events that we know about. So feel free to post there, and we'll get it in print and online.
Perfect.
So, and of course, if you want to download Allison's music, that's Allison Lorenzen right down there. Just like Steven is saying, .bandcamp.com. Give her a shout out. Spread the word.
Yeah. Actually, I have one thing to add. If you are anxious to hear something else and not wait until the 21st, I do have music out under my band called School Dance. So, and that one does have a website. It's schooldancetheband.com, and you can.
Okay, so School Dance. We don't have that in our graphics. So schooldancetheband.com.
Yeah.
All right. Well, awesome. Thank you, everyone, for your comments, and thank you for your time, Allison. We're going to wrap it up. So that's it for now. Until next week, we'll be producing No Code Now on a weekly basis now that we're out of the holidays, and covering topics, everything from music, but and things happening on in northern Colorado, but also just life. We just want NoCo now to be that life. So,
Absolutely.
all right, we're going to sign off. Thank you so much, and have a great weekend, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.